The Celtics are all in to win the chip, not messing around. Gave up one of the best young bigs and a 2029 unprotected first for Jrue Holiday. The Celtics got Jrue for Malcolm Brogdon, Rob Will, a 2024 first from Golden State, and that 2029 first. Time Lord is better than DeAndre Ayton when healthy, but we will get to the Blazers side of things because they're still not done trading. We have a good idea where Malcolm Brogdon goes next, but Boston is making sure Damian Lillard never wins a ring. Since drafting Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown, they have been so close. At least the conference finals 5 of 7 years with 0 titles to show for it. So after all the Jaylen Brown drama this offseason, they re-signed him to the max, but kept going. Front office guy Brad Stevens trades fan favorite Marcus Smart to bring in Kristaps Porzingis. Now he deals their best young player, Rob Will, for veteran Jrue Holiday. But there is one big problem. But first, we are playing Underdog Fantasy this year on AM Hoops. I cannot wait for the season to start. We are announcing the Underdog AM Hoops Fantasy Leagues before the season, and of course, we are playing Pick'em. I've had decent luck with my NFL Pick'em higher lower so far this year, considering it is not my favorite sport. I've been posting my picks on the community tab of this page. Did the NFL Sunday. I'm gonna put the Monday Night Football game on the community tab, so keep a lookout for that. You know how to play. You can win up to 20 times your money in a single night. You pick between 2 and 5 players to build a pick'em entry. Check out this map of states just to make sure that you're eligible, but sign up today with promo code AMHOOPS. You get your first deposit doubled up to $100, and just for AM Hoops viewers, they will give you a free pick'em entry on your first play. So visit UnderdogFantasy.com or find them in the App Store. Do not forget to register with promo code AMHOOPS. It really helps the channel, and you double your deposit up to $100. The good thing is adding a guard to slow down Damian Lillard. Jrue is one of the best perimeter defenders in the league, which they needed after losing Smart. But Jrue is a better offensive player. 19 points a game, 40% from 3. Smart was 34% from deep last year. Missed so many big shots in the playoffs. Jrue is a better playmaker at over 7 assists per game with leadership as a 3-time teammate of the year. He is an upgraded all-star version of Marcus Smart. They also still have Derek White, the only guy to slow down Jimmy Butler in the playoffs. However, the problem is Giannis and Embiid, maybe Nikola Jokic. How do you stop those guys? Oh, they have Al Horford and Kristaps Porzingis, but Al is 37 years old. This is a huge bet on KP's health. If he goes down, all they have is senior citizen Al Horford. Rob Will was at least a chance to slow those guys down. So the only way I put the C's over Milwaukee is if Porzingis is healthy. A big if. The good news is Boston still has 2 future firsts and 3 swaps to trade. If they need to add depth before the deadline, they can still get it done. So let's rank the best big threes in the league. Number 6, Ant, Rudy Gobert, and Karl Towns. 5, Ja, Triple J, and Desmond Bane. 4, sorry if you don't like it, I still consider Steph, Clay, and Draymond a big 3 because of who they are and all their experience. I have too much respect for them. But the top 3, Giannis, Dame, and Middleton. Number 2, the C's new big 3, Tatum, Brown, and Holiday. But number 1, Kevin Durant, Devin Booker, and Bradley Beal. So the Suns are the best in the West, the C's top the East. Does anyone disagree with this? You might have Boston as number 1 because all of their big 3 are good defenders, and I don't disagree with that. Obviously, the Nuggets aren't here, which proves you don't need a big 3 to win the chip, but imagine if Jrue had gone to Philly. It would have evened out the East and still given Milwaukee the edge. But instead, the C's are all in and the Sixers are screwed. Even Embiid said, well, this offseason was fun. He's about to show up to the training camp from hell. James Harden might not even be there. Philly could have solved it getting Jrue Holiday. The Knicks love this. Remember when Bill Simmons guaranteed they would get either Embiid, Giannis, or Donovan Mitchell? Well, Giannis might re-sign in Milwaukee. Embiid is hating life. But let's be honest about the East. It's the Bucks and the Celtics, then everyone else. Philly's a disaster. Miami could be a first-round exit. The Cavaliers are an afterthought. The Hawks and Knicks, oh, they'll be good stories, not a contender. It is a 2-team conference, the Bucks and the C's. But we have to look at the Portland Trail Blazers. What did they get for Damian Lillard? The entire package. Dame, Nurk, Nas Little, and Keon Johnson. For DeAndre Ayton, Rob Will, Brogdon, Kamara, and control of 5 first-round picks. All those picks from teams that will be rebuilding at that time. They could be high first rounders. The Warriors' top 4 protected becomes unprotected in 2025. Ayton and Time Lord, the perfect bigs for Scoot, Shaedon Sharpe, and Simons. They don't need the ball. They just catch lobs, post up, and set screens. I also love that Williams takes pressure off Ayton to be their entire defense if Rob Will stays healthy. He's a great shot blocker, played a ton of power forward the last 2 years, so he can share the floor with Ayton at the 5. Now you might think, oh, what about their spacing? Rumors say Ayton actually wants to shoot threes. So a great haul for Portland, but imagine if GM Joe Cronin had taken that horrible Heat deal, Tyler Hero and 3 picks. What a joke. He was right to tell Pat Riley to get lost, but did you hear what he said to Damian Lillard? Once Dame found out there was no deal for the Heat, he asked the Blazers if he could come back. Said he wanted to take back that trade request, but Cronin said no, there is no coming back from this. Reports say Dame was shocked. All the talk about loyalty, but once he played games with them, it was over. Dame said it was discouraging to hear he couldn't return, but added he didn't want to be somewhere he wasn't wanted, and he ended the meeting. I am sorry, but that takes so much guts. To tell the #1 franchise player he can't come back. I am now a huge fan of Joe Cronin. Dude tells 2 NBA legends to F off to their face, Pat Riley and Dame. And it worked. Another report says they could look to deal Jeremy Grant at the deadline, but the big question now is where does Malcolm Brogdon go? Every team that wanted Dame or Jrue could want Brogdon. He's a smart vet combo guard who's almost on the level of a CJ McCollum. A decent playmaker, but elite off the ball at catch and shoot. 44% from 3. He would best fit on a team that needs a point guard that has spacing. But if someone really wants him, they have to give up a first-round pick. The first option, obviously the Sixers. They need to get James Harden out of town and have a first to deal. But this will be tough because Brogdon makes $13 million less than Harden, and it would have to be a 3-team deal. The Blazers don't want the beard. A more realistic partner is the Clippers. They have multiple mid-range contracts to trade like Marcus Morris and a couple of young guys. But a first-round pick? LA's only got 2 left, and it could be really high in the draft. But I think Steve Ballmer does it, because he is in deep already with this team, and if they make their first finals, it is worth it. Now, there is a chance, by the way, nobody wants Malcolm Brogdon just yet, because there were rumors about his health this offseason. He might need to impress some people to start on the Blazers. Then, by the deadline, a team pays that first-round pick price to get it done. So what will Portland do with all their first-round picks? It's like an OKC situation all over again. They can take stabs in the draft till they get a star, maybe deal picks for a disgruntled superstar. But I want to talk about the Warriors. A lot of crazy news lately. Dame getting traded, Jrue getting traded. But the Warriors had a big offseason too, getting Chris Paul. There is a giant issue with CP on the Warriors no one is talking about.